Oh, I hear you. Now, when did you guys adopt the Badgers forward?
I instituted that when I became the commander. The unit actually is from Boise, Idaho. I know Jamie Ellman always thinks we're from Wisconsin because of Badgers, but the training area out in Boise is lousy with Badgers. It's got Badgers all over the friggin' place, and so they picked that. And that was the mascot when I came in. And Badgers forward is sort of a bastardization of the sappers forward motto of engineers. So it actually has nothing to do with Wisconsin.
So how's things in your neck of the woods?
For the most part, it's pretty quiet. We've got a few pockets of activity, but it's nothing like it was when we got here. When we got here last year, you wouldn't have gone into the city of Ramadi in the daytime. Now, it's no big deal to just go into town. General Pace was here a week ago, and he was walking around downtown without his helmet on.
How come general officers are the ones who get to break those regulations, yet let a dumb sergeant like me run around with no headgear and I get my ass kicked?
Oh, don't even get me started, man. Yeah.
Oh, I could picture it. I could definitely picture it. So you guys doing any reconstruction projects? Have we managed to get to that stage where you guys are at?
Yeah, the CBs are out here doing reconstruction. They've done some, got the water treatment facility working, and they've just been cleaning up the city. I mean, fucking Al Qaeda destroyed this city. They're cleaning that up. We're rebuilding the rail bridge. What we used the rail bridge for when we first got here was so that armored vehicles could traverse it across the river. Right. And we built a new bridge for the armor to use, and now we've got the CBs down there getting the railroad bridge back in operation so that we can get the railways working out from Baghdad. So yeah, we're doing stuff. We're also doing stuff in Fallujah, cleaning up the city, mostly to prepare for new construction work. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on out here. I'm sure you guys all know about that, and it's making the front page of the New York Times and what have you daily.
Well, no, that's why I called you.
Color me shocked.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have a civilian reconstruction team out there, or is it mostly run through the military?
We do have a provincial reconstruction team here on Camp Ramadi run by the State Department. They are out there mostly trying to contract with local sheikhs, and the business model for Iraq is traditionally different from the business model in the United States. So but they're running it through the tribes, and they're contracting things, and it's never going to happen as quickly as we would expect it in the United States, but that's their deal too. So,
well, I think at least the nice thing from my perspective is we finally figured out who runs the country. It's the sheikhs who run the country and always did, and we tried to impose kind of a hierarchical structure that they didn't have anything to do with. And at least now, from a ground up perspective, it appears to be working a little bit better.
I think that's true. And the thing is, why were the sheikhs running the country? Well, the sheikhs were running the country because they could deliver for their constituency, their people, their tribes. And one of the things by moving these militia into the police force, slowly doing that, they'll slowly transition who is actually taking care of the people and who's paying them. I was just looking at something this morning, and the Iraqi police in Fallujah are actually being paid on time for once. And that's a huge step in the right direction.
Well, I think now let me ask you about the Iraqi parliament just deconvened for August, which our own Parliament of Whores does the same thing. So I don't really think that's a bad thing. But do you see any possibility for talks to continue at a more local level? You mentioned the sheikhs dealing with their constituents. Do you think there's a connection between the Iraqi parliamentarians and their people in the same way that we can use?
I think that the work that's going on in the provinces, whether it's here or down in the south, that's going to continue to go on. The Parliament might be will do some significant things when they get like this oil law, the oil sharing law, stuff on the sort of macro scale done. But it's going to be pretty transparent out here in Al Anbar. The people who make stuff happen are here in Anbar, and we're going to continue working it. It's this whole deal about the Parliament, should they go on leave, should they, or for the summer or whatever, should they not? It's just more smokescreen for people who want to bitch that the Iraqis aren't doing their part. And I've seen Iraqi soldiers and Iraqi policemen die. I know what these people are putting on the line. Parliament is just like ours.
It's sadly a little bit too much like ours in that once you add politicians to the mix, you got pork barreling and special interests involved as opposed to what would actually be, best for everybody involved. And I think there's still too much, I guess, jockeying for position in the oil distribution deal. Whereas if they would just go ahead and strike some sort of deal, get the money flowing, get that money applied to reconstruction, you could actually see some of the results for that rather than just wrangling to see who can get the absolute best deal.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, the key is to get a lot of that flowing. I don't know if you've heard about some of these microloan programs that have taken place in some of the other third world nations. They've just initiated that up in the far western part of Al Anbar, up around Al Assad and Haditha. They're calling it the QRF, the Quick Reaction Fund, but they are trying to invest in some long-term infrastructure projects as opposed to just short-term fixes, which is what we've really been doing up to now. So, and those things are going to continue regardless of whether Parliament's in session. So, it's trending good out here. It's not like that one congresswoman, whatever her name was, who said, "Well, I guess I can go take my family on vacation." I don't know why it's always black or white there with those people. It's either a disaster or it's a resort hotel. But the fact of the matter is it's getting better here.
Well, I guess we've been hearing that, obviously, we talk with all the folks who are, like yourself, working there on the ground, embedded reporters and other folks. And we got a pretty strong battle. We're fighting back against the Democrats in Congress and the media who are trying to lose the surge, to lose the counterinsurgency battle before it's, even fully been fought. So there's some folks back here on the ground who the groups that are lobbying Congress, I guess, who is it? Move America Forward and Pete Hegseth of Vets for Freedom have an event September 17th and 18th where they've got veterans converging on Congress to go ahead and say, look, people, I know it breaks your heart, Democrats, but there are signs of progress. We actually have a strategy in place now that fits the situation and is showing progress. So if you guys try and pull the plug now, this is on you. This is no longer W's war. So tell your folks there, I know it sounds bad if all you get, is Stars and Stripes, is, the mainstream media. You're not hearing about those things as much as you should. We're trying to cover your back here.
Well, we appreciate that. You and Matt and the rest of the crew, we really, really appreciate it. You're a valuable source in this I.O. campaign, and that's what it's all about. We can win out here easily. We got to win at home too.
Yeah, I hear you. And dude, I'm glad your wife thinks I'm hilarious. I always wonder if people get me. I'm trying to hold down kind of the Dennis Miller, Chris Rock chair of the blogosphere. So at least if somebody's laughing, that's good enough.
Yeah, you do a great job. I always look forward to seeing one of your rants or your free flies. I got to come up when I'm done out here.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Kevin and I'll be filming a free fly in a little bit. Should be up for Friday, so you can, hopefully we'll be funny. If not, we'll definitely be pissed.
Okay.
Well, Eric, this appears to be working great. I recorded this. I'm gonna go ahead and try and post it, make sure everything works. But I appreciate you taking the time and talking about what's going on, because I don't think there's a more valuable tool for us in trying to fight the defeateds and the folks who are trying to lose the war than the people who are actually there, not the people who are, sitting in their office in Congress trying to figure out how to win votes. So thanks for your time. Blue skies to you and all the Badgers forward, and talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Jimbo.
All right, man. Have a good one.